Hey y'all, I'm back with a scrapbook process video for Hip Kit Club, and this time I'll be using the May 2016 kits for this layout. This is my first project with these kits, and I had a blast making this layout. I love these kits so much that it's a little bit overwhelming. I'm being serious when I say that. I kind of had a little bit of a difficult time because there are so many pretty things, and I had a hard time choosing what I was going to use first, and I also didn't want to cut into some of these like really pretty papers, but I love the way this layout turned out in the end, and I hope you guys love it too. So I started off by just kind of layering up my photo. I had a little bit of an idea of what I wanted to do because I kind of thought about it beforehand. And I have a piece of white cardstock underneath there that I'm going to be using, and I'm just layering up again my photo. And this week we're focusing on our pets, and so I decided to scrap a picture of Annie, who's our little dog. We don't know what she is. She's kind of like a mixture of things, but I had the idea to place the photo right in the middle and then do kind of a vertical design with strips of paper coming from the top uh, down to the bottom of the center of the layout. So um, I decided to cut some of the strips up, and I'm using right now one of the exclusive papers from HipKit, and pretty much all of these papers that I'm using are exclusive except for the She Blooms paper, which is that floral design. That is from the Illustrated Faith collection, and I love that paper so much, just like I love all of and I think what's crazy is those papers go so perfectly with the exclusive products from HipKit. So they did like a fantastic job um, picking out all of these things. So, like I said, I'm cutting out some strips of paper, and I'm just gonna set those. I'm gonna try to put them on as straight as possible, but I'm gonna set those just vertically going down the center of the page, and then I'm gonna start embellishing here in a second. Now, when I do a vertical design like this or strips of paper, it makes it extremely easy to embellish. So I already know, my title is gonna go somewhere. I'm not gonna put anything on the left or the right side. Everything is gonna be coming down the center next to kind of like right there on the right of the photo, and then mostly on top of the strips of paper. Those are my anchors for my embellishments. So that's what I focused on for this particular process. So I'm spelling out the name Annabelle with these exclusive puffy alphas from HipKit. Y'all are probably gonna get annoyed at me saying I love things so much, but these are probably some of my favorite alphas I've ever used. They stick really nicely, and they're easy to put on. Like, you don't have to fiddle with them a whole lot. So if you notice, like, that's not the shortest name that we've ever chosen, and I feel like it didn't take me any time at all to put the letters on, and I didn't have to really fiddle with them near as much as I normally have to if it's like a foam alpha or something like that. I reminded me of how easy it was to put those Pink Fresh Studio alphas that we got last kit from the Life Noted collection. And I loved how easy, I used those several times, and I loved how easy those were to use. So I'm looking at the Hip Kit Club exclusive ephemera pieces that Kim Watson designed, and I want to use those two feathers, but right now, I'm sorry, I'm away. I'll just tell you what I'm doing. I'm typing on the little journaling piece that's a little circle. It came in the ephemera pack, and I'm typing on that so that I can place some journaling right next to her photo. And so if you see the two feathers, I'm going to kind of layer those on top of each other, and then I'm going to place some foam on the journaling piece, and then place that right on top of that. Goodness, where am I? There I am. Okay, so I'm going to just stick those right on. As you can see, you'll probably have heard me say this before, but I have like kind of a love-hate relationship with that ATG gun. But right now it's love because it's been working lately, so that's good. I am going to, like I said, pop that up because I knew beforehand that I wanted to use that Illustrated Faith bow that I'm sticking on right now, and I knew that I needed some dimension in order to place that on that journaling card. I have these little Jelly Bean Soup wood veneer pieces that came in our kits, and okay, so I wanted to use the word awesome, but I didn't want it like right perfectly on top. I wanted some variation. I wanted it kind of offset a little bit. So I did place it kind of in the middle, but that journaling card is a little bit in the way. So I had to try my best with placement there. I guess you guys can't see what I'm doing here. I didn't know that the layout was that far. Sorry, that's a little off screen. So I'm looking, I have this little tray next to me, and Victoria Marie had mentioned in one of her videos that she bought that from Target, the Dollar Spot, and I happened to go one day and I saw that, and I thought that would work a little bit better than the trays that I use, just because the trays are like, it's limited to what I can put on them just because they're a little bit smaller. But right now I'm just popping up to some of these little, I think that they're kind of like phrase label type tiny text things, but they came in the ephemera pack, and so I just popped one of those up there at the top on foam dots. Sorry that you can't see. I really didn't realize that. Normally I feel like I'm not in frame as far as like, I feel like the bottom is cut off, but today the top is cut off, so I don't know what's up with that. I'm looking at the puffy stickers from the that's also exclusive in our kit by Hip Kit Club, and I'm just going to place one of the scalloped edges right there on top. And I also had taken a chipboard sticker from the Illustrated Faith She Blooms collection. I'm looking to put something there at the bottom, but I'm not really quite sure what I want to use, so I'm just going to kind of look through this tray and see. There's all kinds of stuff in there. I'm not the most organized person in life, so of course I have things just thrown in on this little tray, but it kind of works for me. I'm gonna put a couple little foam dots on these on this little floral piece. That was also kind of hard for me to use because I really wanted to hold on to that, but I went ahead and used it. Those foam squares or the foam pieces that I'm using are from Stampin' Up, if you guys are wondering. I like their dimension, and they're pretty cheap. I'm using some enamel dots from Echo Park, and I'm just going to place a couple more of these little puffy stickers here on the, there you go, now you guys can see that, goodness, on the layout. Okay, so now I have it in frame, now that I'm pretty much done, and I'm going to, this is where it gets kind of crazy. So I decided that I wanted to use this Shimmers mist, and I like busted out laughing in the middle of this process because I was like, well, I want to make big splatters, so I'm going to do what everybody else does and pour it in the cap. Well, this is a little bit more liquidy, and and I was making myself laugh. And so at this moment, I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? But then I realized that I actually ended up liking the way that it turned out. So here are the final photos, and I hope you guys have a great week.